how I grew my chest. So, you want to know how to grow these chesticles and get bigger chest, okay? You want to know how I got a bigger chest? Let me tell you how I did it, and then you can learn from me and you can get a bit bigger of a chest too, and everything can be great, and we can all have bigger chests than our significant others. How amazing would that be? Anyway, before I get into all of this, remember, I've been doing this for a very, very long time. I know I'm young, but I have been researching the fitness space extensively for a very long time now. I have been weightlifting for 2 years, and I did calisthenics prior to this for a few years as well. I know what I'm talking about. Please take me seriously. This is what my bicep looks like. Please, I know what I'm talking about. Listen up. I'm going to share my experiences, and you can take what you want from it, and you can do what you want. In the end of the day, I'm just trying to help you out. Anyway, as well, in the description is my aesthetic body course and my one-to-one coaching. You can go and check those out if you are struggling with building a nice aesthetic physique. So, you want to know how to build a bigger chest. Well, there's a few things you need to know. Focusing on your upper chest should be your main priority. So when we actually look at like our chest, right, there's different parts to it. So this upper chest here, you see this bit up here that goes all the way up to like shoulder blade near your collarbone. That is the upper chest, and it is very important to have a nice thick looking chest, okay? Makes it look really good in shirts, just makes your chest look really nice. So we want to try our best to develop it as much as possible. So what do? Well, we need to do incline movements. So we need to do movements where we are slightly at an incline. Now, for a very long time, I did incline dumbbell press. For a very long time, I've been doing incline machine presses. What's better? It's up to you. Really, it doesn't matter. The only thing I'd say is with the incline dumbbell press, it does take a bit of time to like get used to the stability kind of part of it, because you have to stabilize the two dumbbells. With machines, you do not need to do that, so that's a good thing. So, what's better? I would say for the majority of people, you would probably be better off doing machines. Not because there's anything better than dumbbells. It's just, I feel like you're less likely to get injured, and also the stability aspect. Also, it's just easier, like picking up, once you get quite strong, picking up heavy dumbbells, stuff like that, it can be quite fatiguing. So I say machine presses. Now, I just do a normal incline machine press, incline chest press. You might have them in your gym. If you don't have them, then do the incline dumbbell press. You can also do incline bench press. That is also very good. The only problem is with the machine press and with the bench press is you can't get as good as a contraction as you can with dumbbells. I believe, or when I did them, I believe you get a better stretch. So down at this bottom bit, you can go further back and you can kind of bring it closer together than any other machine or bench press, okay? You think with bench press, you're always like this, but with dumbbell, you can bring it in further. So I think it's really good. Dumbbells is really good. Machine press though, you still get really good contraction. You can still get a deep stretch, but dumbbells are very good. Doesn't really matter what you do. Try it out. Both of them are going to build your chest up a lot. So remember, you're going into your chest day. Make sure your upper chest is first, okay? Upper chest priority, okay? It's going to make your chest look a lot better. Make sure you do your upper chest movements first. But we do not want to forget doing our midsection chest. Now, I know there's a lot of like science and biology behind like the chest striation, stuff like that. Mid-chest, upper chest, just think of it that way, okay? Upper chest, we're hitting that with incline movements. How much volume should you be doing? Well, it's up to you. You know, I personally only do around 10 to 12 sets a week for my chest, but that's because when I do my sets, I do them very hard, okay? I really up the intensity but lower the volume. If you're someone who doesn't train as hard, so you're not training to failure as often, then yeah, maybe increase the sets all the way up to 20 sets a week. But me personally, I like to go with more intensity, less volume. That works for me. That's helped me blow my chest up quite a lot. So yeah, maybe do that. Try both out. Try high volume, less intensity, and then try high intensity, less volume. See what works for you. It might be different with you than it is for me. But for me personally, I have seen that lower volume and higher intensity has built all of my muscles a lot better, okay? But I think it does come down to, Are you fueling your workouts properly? Do you have enough energy? Are you training hard enough? And are you recovering properly? Realistically, building muscle does just come down to giving the stimulus for the muscle to grow and then recovering properly. So yeah, if you do want to build your chest up, obviously do all the things like train properly. I'm going to continue that, but do all the things like train properly. But then you also need to do things outside the gym, like making sure you're getting enough protein in so your chest has the building blocks to actually grow. And then you also need to give it time to recover. If you find yourself doing chest quite a lot, but before your chest session, you're kind of feeling your chest and it's like, oh, like it's still quite sore, then you haven't got all the juice out of the last session. So yeah, you need to make sure you're recovering as much as possible. Eat the right foods, make sure you're sleeping, long enough. You're going to be much more likely to recover properly for your next session, so you're fresh and ready to go, and you can build more muscle. Because if you are feeling sore, your strength is going to go down, and your performance is going to go down, and you're just not going to build as much muscle. Simple as that. So yeah, upper chest, make sure you prioritize that. Midsection chest, I personally think chest flies are really good. Now, of course, you do things like flat bench press. You can do flat dumbbell press. Remember, someone who has a really strong bench press, they almost always have a big chest, right? You need to kind of think of this. Like I'm telling you specific things here, but realistically, if you just focused on bench press, right, and you get really good at it. Like you take years of dedication, you get really good at it. You go 100 kg, 120 kg, etc. You really lock in on bench press. Your chest is going to grow a lot. Okay, I'm just going and telling you the kind of different things that works for me. But yeah, you could literally just get into the gym, do bench press, a staple exercise. It's going to build your chest up. But I personally think doing upper chest movements, really good for you, going to make your chest look a lot more aesthetic. And then also doing midsection movements like chest flies, they're also just something different, a different way to hit your chest, right? If you're only doing presses, you're not hitting your chest in a different way. Like, yes, flies and presses are going to grow your chest the exact same. It's a different type of movement. I think it just gives a bit more variety. So I'll do upper chest. I'll do the incline machine press or incline dumbbell press. Nowadays, I'm doing incline machine press, but incline dumbbell press was also my go-to. And then I would do midsection chest flies. Always chest flies, midsection kind of height, and then just crank them out. Really, really train hard on them. Get a really deep stretch. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about, oh, what can you do in the deep stretch? Like, the deep stretch is really good. Yeah, I do think the stretch is good. I'm sure it's quite good for hypertrophy as well. So just get it. Like, if we don't know certainly if the stretch is really good or not really good, just do it anyway. Like, what's the point in not getting the stretch? It feels good. Like, getting a nice stretch on your chest, it feels good. It feels like you're working it hard. So yeah, just make sure you're getting a deep stretch on all your chest exercises, especially with chest, because it feels really good. And it feels like it is just building muscle, to be honest. So yeah. So far, upper chest prioritized. You're making sure to do incline movements, and then you're making sure you're also doing your midsection chest with some flat dumbbell bench press or chest flies. That's fine. You don't need to hit lower chest. I genuinely don't believe you need to hit lower chest. It's not needed, right? If you hit upper chest well, midsection chest well, your lower chest is going to be getting hit as well, and things are great. Now, I do want to say one thing. If you literally just hit upper chest movements, right? You only hit incline barbell press, you're going to be growing your midsection chest as well. You don't just use your upper chest, you use a little bit of midsection chest as well. So you can literally just do incline movements and build your midsection chest up as well. So you can blow up your chest quite a lot from just doing incline movements. Okay, I don't suggest that. I think you should hit your midsection chest like in an isolation way as well. But yeah, I'm just letting you know that, so it's just out there. Okay, so we've talked about training a bit. How did I actually grow my chest when it comes to outside of the gym? Okay, so we've given the stimulus to for the chest to grow, right? We've trained hard in the gym. We've just done our chest day. We've done incline first, so we're hitting our upper chest well. We're doing chest flies. We're doing incline machine press. Great. We're really training hard. Intensity is really high. Great. All right, we've come back from the gym. We're thinking, we need this muscle to grow. How is it growing? Well, we know when we're in the gym, we are breaking down the muscle. It is catabolic. When we're outside the gym, we are growing muscle. So right now, me just talking right now, I am building muscle. When I'm in the gym, I'm breaking down the muscle. So what can we do? Well, we need to let our chest recover. We need to fuel our chest gains. and we need to make sure that it's ready for the next session. So when you get home, you first of all need to make sure you're getting high protein. You need to make sure you're getting 1 gram per pound of body weight, or a bit less, a bit more, it doesn't really matter. We just need a decent intake of protein so our chest actually has the stuff it needs to grow. It needs amino acids to grow, and so it gets that from protein, okay? Essential, you need protein for the muscles to grow. I say this analogy a lot. You can have as many construction workers as you want, but if they don't have the materials, they're not going to grow. They're not going to be able to build their thing, right? The construction site is just going to be non-existent because they can't do anything with no materials, right? So you've got all these workers, you're training really hard in the gym, but you're not supplying them any material. You're not supplying any protein. So protein needed, okay? Is there any special anabolic window? No. Just try spread your protein quite well throughout the day. 3 to 5 meals, high in protein, great, amazing. You're going to be building just plenty of muscle, it's fine. And then you also need to make sure your recovery is good. So try your best to, maybe not be as stressed throughout your day when you're not in the gym. I know that sounds really difficult to do and everyone's stressed out. But, maybe do some things to try ease your stress a little bit. That's not going to be good for recovery. That's going to be keeping you up all night. You don't want that. We want to be building our chest up. Well, we need good recovery. So make sure every single night you're in bed, getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep. You've heard this a million times, but you need it. Like, it is needed. Sleep is needed. That is where you are growing. Sleep is where you are going to be growing all your muscle. All the muscle you see on me right now, the majority of it has been built while I've been sleeping, okay? Sleep, make sure you are actually recovering properly. If you still feel like your chest is sore before you go do your session, push the session back. It's not that crazy to say push the session back. If you really went hard, you really trained your chest properly, it could take a few days for it to be fully, unsore, like not sore anymore. So things like biceps, right? You can hit that loads of times a week because it heals really quick. But a bigger muscle like the chest, it takes time. So if it's still sore, just say, hey, we'll do this day instead today, or we'll take a rest day today and we'll go hit it tomorrow when it's fully recovered. You're going to squeeze all of the juice out of the last session and you're ready to squeeze the juice out of the next session, okay? So please do not think you need to go grind mode and go, I don't care if I'm sore, I'm still going to go and train. Most people who do that, most people who go too hard, who train too hard, who don't give themselves adequate time to rest, they usually just quit the gym because they just are so sore and it hurts all the time. Like, I've seen so many people, right? They train really hard in the first 2 weeks, and I'm all here for training hard. You want to blow up your chest? You need to train with intensity. You need to fuel the workouts, etc. But people will join the gym for the first time. They won't take it slow. They won't learn the form, etc. They'll just go really hard, get really sore, and then they'll just never come back because, they can't go to the gym when they're that sore. And so they just never end up going again. Do not do that. Take the time. If you did go hard in your session, take the time to recover. If you're going really hard in your sessions and you're doing decently high volume, you need time to rest. If your intensity is not very high and your volume is not very high, you don't need as long to rest, okay? So please bear that in mind. You want your chest to grow, then give it time to grow. In the gym, it's not growing. That's where you're breaking the muscle down. When you're outside the gym, take it seriously because that is where it is building the muscle. So yeah, that's all you need to know. That's how I blew up my chest and made it quite big. Obviously, I'm still learning. I'm still trying my best to get as big as possible and, look as good as I possibly can. I'm going to make mistakes, but I'm always trying to learn from them. And yeah, just do what you can. You can take this advice if you want. You can say, shut up and do your own thing. I'm just giving you all the knowledge that I've learned from my own experiences and from what I've learned from others, basically. So yeah, remember, in the description, as I said before, is my aesthetic body course. This course is oh God, Jesus, is the 5 years of experience I've had in the fitness space, as well as research in the fitness space for a very long time, extensively, all into one course, everything you need to know about building a nice, attractive, aesthetic physique. And do not underestimate how important that can be for your own happiness, for your confidence, and for your overall health. And then the other link goes to my online one-to-one coaching. You can hop on a call with me for dirt cheap for an hour, and I will tell you everything you need to know about getting your dream physique, about building a nice dream body of yours and make you healthy, okay? And it will be tailored to you. And yeah, so go and check those out. They will change your life if you let it. And remember, nothing changes if nothing changes.